Hello, what is up, you guys? For those of you that don't already know, my name is Gianna, and today I'm going to be telling you a really shitty thing that happened to me. I think it was... Oh, my ears look so red. It's just because I straightened my hair, though. Don't worry. But okay, so I was at work a couple months ago. I've been working at the same place for about 5 months now, so it was like a month or two after I started. I think it was about a month because I was still pretty new, which is a lot of the reason why it was so much more embarrassing. I wasn't super close with everyone at work yet, so I was like, oh my god, like, okay, first of all, is that focus? Okay, but first, I'd like to say something before I start my story. If you haven't seen my vlog already, and I'm actually not sure if I'm going to post it, so this might just be a lie, but I already mentioned this in my vlog, so if you've seen that, you know, whatever. I ordered a softbox light, which was supposed to be here today, and now it's supposed to be here tomorrow, so I'm kind of like, you know, but like... Still exciting news. Anyways, this is like the longest intro of my life. So, there's no other way to just like say it, so I'm gonna say it. I was literally put on Craigslist as like a sex ad. Isn't that cool? So I was like, so this is how the night was going. I was at work and everything was great. I am a hostess at a restaurant, so I was just like seeing people, whatever, and normally we get like 10-minute breaks, so I wasn't even on my 10-minute break. It was like after the fact that I had my 10-minute break, so I like went to check my phone, and we're usually too busy to where I have time to check my phone, but I was just like, oh, whatever, like, and I pick it up and I like look, and there's 87 new, like, you have 87 new messages, and I'm like, literally, and I was like, oh my god, because my mom wasn't working that night and we worked together, so she wasn't working, and so I just automatically assumed that something had happened to her, and I was just like, what the fuck? And so I like look, there's 87 new messages, 25 missed calls. And I start scrolling down, like, through the messages. I unlock my phone and I, like, look, and they're like, hey, look, I know you're wanting to have fun tonight. Like, hey, we should definitely hook up. And then there's, like, occasionally, like, while I'm scrolling through, I'll get, like, a call from someone, and I, like, bitch button that hoe. And I'm like, and then I answer, and I'm like, hello. And they're like, yeah, like, I saw you on Craigslist, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, nope. Nope. I didn't put myself on Craigslist, bitch. So, I say, like, way too much. I should probably edit my videos, but I should probably not going to, because I just talk so much. But I'm, like, sitting there, and I'm like, okay, hello, blah, blah, blah. Stop calling me. Stop fucking calling me. And I'm just reading through my text messages, and it's like the most disgusting things. There's like these guys that had sent me pictures of themselves, like, hey, do you think I'm cute? Like, do you want to hook up with me? And I was like, no, I'm actually, I don't know if you guys like know this, but I'm actually underage, and that's illegal. Like, hey, I'm underage. Stop texting me. And so like I finally got some people to stop texting me, but the ad was on Craigslist, so I'm like sitting there getting new text messages, and I was at like 100, 109, 115, and I was like, and I was like so upset. My coworker like gave me a hug, and I started crying because one of my coworkers at the front, like one of the other hosts, was like, are you okay? Like, are you okay? And the manager was like, why? What happened? And I was like, and I started bawling. I was like crying, like my eyes were just waterfalls, and I was like, and I like walked away because I didn't want to be at the front of the restaurant like crying my eyes out in front of a bunch of random people. So I was like, and I wasn't like upset, like sad. I was so mad. I was so mad because I was like, why would you put me on Craigslist as a joke? Like, anyone, like, I would imagine that this person is being like, I really want to fuck you up today. Like, how can I ruin your day? Oh yeah, let's just put you on Craigslist. Like, hey, someone should hook up with me tonight. Like, hit me up. Here's my phone number. And by the way, it was someone that I know, like someone that has my phone number. So, because I got all the texts, like, no one was catfishing me and being like, hey, like, come hook up with me and, like, using my picture. Like, that's not what it was. It was literally like, hey, like, me. So, luckily, the post got taken down, like, within the next few hours or something or, like, within the next 24 hours, kind of, because the next morning I woke up and the ad was gone. But I went onto my Facebook because I had assumed it might have been, like, one of my Facebook friends or someone that I knew because they had my phone number. So they posted it onto Craigslist so that everyone could text me and call me. And I was like, you know what, like, I don't know who the fuck is doing this. I'm really upset. That's not a funny joke. If you don't take this Craigslist ad down, like, I'll call the police, and you can get in a lot of trouble, especially for putting my personal information on Craigslist, as well as my picture, and the fact that I'm underage makes it worse. And so I woke up the next morning and the ad was gone. Luckily, but I was just, oh my god. Just remembering it makes me so mad. Like, why would anyone do that? Like, hey, put me on Craigslist for something else at least, like, as a joke. Like, I'm, like, giving away llamas or something. Like, hey, I'm giving away llamas, text me. No. I want you to have sex with me. Really? Anyways, I feel like that's the rest of the story because there's nothing else to it besides that I was, like, feeling like shit and I was at work and that was really embarrassing, and one of my coworkers goes, hey, at least you know you're hot, like, you got over 100 text messages, and I was like, nope, no thank you. But yeah, anyways, this is the first story time I think that I've done. I have, like, another one that's, like, really fucking funny. So if you want to see more story times, then I guess comment on this one, like this video so that I know, and subscribe to my channel because I just love you guys. And everyone that's been subscribing to me lately is just so nice. Like, you guys comment on my videos, and I have, like, 2 or 3 comments on all of my videos so far, but there's, like, it's just, like, nice stuff. You're like, oh, you're so cute, or whatever. And there's, like, a couple of you guys that, like, watch me from Japan or something. That's fucking awesome. And anyways, I'm just dragging it on. So I'm just gonna say it. Bye now. Sorry my hair's a fucking mess all the time. I love you.